thank you so much, Harley, for doing this, and thank you guys for staying. You know, I really appreciate it, because I'll be doing this alone, which won't be fun. Okay, so we do that. So what we're gonna do, cut through these ribs, and then cut through these ribs, and then, you know, so we wanna cut it as low as possible. So this is why it's gonna be, that's why I was like, I need this. This one is not the best. I want to get another one. That one is broken. It makes it easy for me to cut. I'm sorry my video is running. This is better because then it will spring back. You know, this one is all broken. I apologize. Because it will do that. So here, so we're gonna have to sort of cut through here, so the muscle. So another thing is we want to preserve the blood vessels, correct? So then we will kind of remove this. We're cutting through that. There's that serratus ventralis. Okay. Because sometimes the smaller ones on the bottom here, I could get away with it. It's the big ones on the other side, like this one. Okay, I need to use this. So that's the only thing about this is that. So then I have to cut through that, and then I cut through my muscles, make sure that I don't cut through them. So you see what I'm saying? I don't want to cut through the blood vessels. That's one of the reasons why I don't, because we're going to use this for the see what I'm saying? The one thing about the male cats is that they would have very, the bone is thicker and harder. You know what I'm saying? So, because sometimes if it's a female cat, sometimes I'm able to cut through this with a pair of scissors, and then it's so much faster. You too, thank you. All right. Yeah. Yeah, there's that. What time do I got over there?
7 minutes.
7 minutes. Ah, yes. Okay, my good friends. I want to not rush it too much, but I don't want to delay it. you can see there's the heart right there. See the internal mammary vein. You see what I'm peeling so that we could see the veins. Do you see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. Because it is, and some of these nerves, they are so tight, they don't. Because you see the neurovascular bundle. You see, oh my God, I almost nicked it. Did you see this vein? And I got lucky. Thank you for staying with me, you guys. I really appreciate it.
It looks like way more than 12 grapes for some reason.
I'm not cutting through this.
Like
I know. It really does. So I don't want to get, so the transverse is going to be here, but I don't want to get some of these other ones. Some of these veins attached to the breast, obviously. I don't want to get the external jugular vein, and I also don't want to get the internal jugular vein. You see what I'm saying? So I'm going to use my sharp end a little bit. Because, you know, I tried to make sure that the video, you could see it. Make sure that my external jugular vein, I don't pierce through it. You see what I'm saying, my good friends? Oh, crap. Being then we could see the trachea over here. You see what I'm saying, my good friends, and so forth. My few good friends. Thank you so much for hanging with me, my good friends. I really appreciate it. So here, I'm not gonna want to remove up here, because then there'll be the external jugular vein over there. The external jugular vein will join the other one over here with the transverse jugular vein. Okay, so I'm gonna do this so that, and then I can sort it out later for the circulatory system. Okay, do you see what I'm saying already? You could see here. There's the thymus, and then the thyroid gland is up here, and there's the cartilage. The larynx right there, and then the trachea, obviously, and you can see the C-shaped cartilaginous rings. Do you understand? You can see the common carotid over the arteries, and then in true fashion, the esophagus behind it. Do you see what I'm saying, my good friends? So one of the things I always tell the students is that for the esophagus, because it's easier here, I was point to it over here in the respiratory system area. You understand? Because over here there's only a bitty part that goes through the diaphragm, so there's most of it is going to be over here. You see what I'm saying? So there is the esophagus. So for the part of the digestive is the last thing we didn't do. You understand? My gloves are really bad. So I'm gonna do this, and then I'm gonna identify the parts. They seem to have the same thickness. Because one of the bones, the bones get sharp when you cut them, so one of the things you have to be careful. So I think it nicked one of my gloves. I think to remove the pericardium, to expose the, what time do I got right now?
3:44.
Wait a minute. I'm loving the veins here. And then there's the internal mammary, because it was attached to the breast. Okay, so I'm just removing some of this. So this would be the over infused with the blue dye. So that's why this is like this. They would normally be pinkish. So the left apical lobe, right? Because you could see that's where the spleen is on this side. The liver is mostly on the right side, right? Because it's just so big. But so this is left apical lobe or left anterior lobe, right apical lobe. Look here, these ones. Do you see how they cradle the heart? Like that? So this will be the left cardiac lobe, and this will be the right cardiac lobe. And do you see how this one cradles the diaphragm? So this will be the right. This one is the right cardiac, right? We finished. This one next to the diaphragm is the right diaphragmatic lobe, or you could call it the right posterior lobe or right caudal lobe. But if you just stick to the apical, this is like anterior, right? Or it could be cranial. But just right apical lobe, and then the right cardiac lobe, left cardiac lobe, left apical lobe, and then this is the left diaphragmatic lobe, and then the right diaphragmatic lobe, and then in true fashion, this is the mediastinal lobe or intermediate lobe, whichever floats your boat. Now look here, my good friends, one of the things I like to show you. Do you see this is that's the phrenic nerve. See the phrenic nerve here, which is innervating the diaphragm. It runs alongside the inferior vena cava. So this is the inferior vena cava. Do you see it? Phrenic nerve. Do you see on either side? So there's the phrenic nerve on this side, the phrenic nerve here. You see there it is. So, and then the phrenic nerve runs alongside on both sides of the inferior vena cava. So there's the inferior vena cava. You could really see it. And then if I was to remove the pericardium, then you'll be able to see the left and right primary bronchi. But since we're out of time, and I thank you for staying with me, I'm not gonna take your time and go after that. So I won't be able to remove, for now, I'm not gonna remove this pericardium, so that I could and then cut a few of the pulmonary veins here, so that I could see the left and right primary bronchus. But basically, and then I'll say what's that muscle. So the diaphragm, mediastinal lobe, left diaphragmatic lobe, right diaphragmatic lobe, right cardiac lobe, left cardiac lobe, and then left apical lobe, right apical lobe, and then of course the trachea, and then the larynx up here, and then like I say, for the digestive, there's the esophagus behind it, right there. We'll kind of remove the pericardium so we can see the left and right primary bronchus next time. So you can switch it off.